Here's a question. So I seen something on Air Force Reddit about dating in a small base. Basically, people get passed around. Do you know anything about dating life at base? Anything you hear? Um, how can I answer this in the most responsible way possible? There tends to be moments and times and events where coitus and sexual congress happen at a great frequency upon one person. Um, it one thing I hate doing personally. You understand? I hate the answer. It depends. I hate it. It drives me up the wall to hear someone say it depends. It's a deflection. You're avoiding the question. I like to hear people approach a question and say yes or no. I have a very absolute thought process, absolute model that I approach the world with. It's either yes or no, hell yes or no, one or zero, on or off, black or white. It simplifies the complexity of this world that we live in. So I'm gonna answer your question directly. Directly. So I seen something on Air Force Reddit about dating in a small base. Basically, people getting passed around. I'll say no. I'll say no. It's too vague of a statement. There's too many people at small bases to say that one or two or all or people are getting passed around. It happens. It happens. It's a reality that humans tend to drift towards in terms of having many sexual partners. Is it right or wrong? That's not up to me. You understand? It's not up to me. People make choices. Then results, people got to live with. So when it comes to people getting passed around, one thing I can speak to is dating. Dating is probably an easier topic to address because just the first part is just kind of conjecture. People getting passed around. I don't know. You might be watching too many red pill videos. But yeah, the dating piece. Let's see. How is dating life in the military? So I'm currently dating a beautiful lady of Amarillo. And yet she has enhanced my life in so many ways. But anyway, dating is difficult. Dating is difficult. I almost made a whole live stream today, this video, on just dating, because it's such an interesting topic, especially as it relates to the military lifestyle. What's it like to date in the military? It's one of the most dangerous things. I previously made a video about everyone, saying that they're in love until someone gets orders, especially mil to mil. Everyone's in love in basic training because of just the pressurized environment that you're just holding on to any type of affection you can get, and then you leave, and then you go to tech school, and butterflies and puppy love and no, I love you, no, I love you. It goes back and forth, but there's no actions to show. There's no effort to speak of. There's no opportunity to express his love because it's just words. You're going to class, you spend your little free time together. You got 1 or 2 hours, available, 15 minutes here and there. You get to your first base, and that's where things kind of really progress because you may or may not be in the norms. You have a little bit more time to yourself, a little bit more privacy, and this is the time where a lot of things happen in terms of random marriages and quick marriages and shotgun marriages and get out the door marriages, and people are just kind of doing stuff. Everybody's wearing the feelings on the sleeve. They're just bargaining and exchanging and bartering. It happens. It's almost normal at this point. It's almost culture to date in this fashion. So, why do I think dating is difficult? Because of that very factor of the orders, the constant movement. You'll be blessed. And a lot of people hate this about the military, but some people get stuck at one base for 5-6 years. No orders, no nothing. They're just stuck. And they want to get orders. They want to go TDY. They want to PCS. They want to deploy, but nothing. It's just quiet. I luckily have had quite a bit of movement in my career so far. But that's also a blessing and a curse because some people want to be stable enough to have a stable relationship, especially when you're dating mil to civilian like I am currently. The conversations come up eventually. Yo, I just got orders here. I just got orders to deploy. I got training coming up. I got class dates. I'm retraining. How do you address that? How do you explain a military lifestyle to a civilian? They understand somewhat about the military lifestyle. Oh, you guys move a ton, constantly moving around, but they don't realize long distance relationships suck. You get lonely very quickly in the military. There's a lot of people around you, but how often do you connect with someone on the level that you want to be in relationship with them long term. The military lifestyle almost forces you to marry people very quickly because of that very factor of, do I want to enter a relationship and then immediately in the next year or two have to dip and then have a long distance relationship? What's the point of relationship if we're long distance? It's going to happen eventually. Deployments come up, TDYs come up, unaccompanied tours come up. You get stationed in Korea and your family can't come with you. It happens. You get stationed in Clear, Alaska, family can't come with you. It happens. You go to Turkey, family can't come with you. It happens. So long distance is almost a guaranteed reality when you're a military member dating civilian. Now, if you're married male to male, it still may come up where you're going somewhere that your family can't come with you. You may be stationed apart. So the military lifestyle is quite difficult when it comes to relationships unless you already have it established before. If you join the military with the relationship or with the marriage partner, you still going to hit the turbulence because separation is going to happen at some point where distance is going to be a major factor and communication is key. Acceptance is key. Accepting it. Realizing this is what I signed up for. Those conversations have to happen. Now, whether you do it proactively or reactively, that's not for me to, to decide for you. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So, dating is different. Dating in the military is different. It's not like you're a civilian working at one job, having one apartment in one city, in one state, in one country. And you're not constantly moving every 1, 2, 3 years, constantly. In 5 years I've been in the military, I've moved 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 states, 2 countries. It happens. What are you going to do? Make the best of it. Humans are not currency. Humans are not Bitcoin and AMC and stocks that you just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. You know, what kind of toll that takes on you emotionally? How do you accept someone into your life, engage with them properly in terms of the principles that uphold a relationship, like vulnerability, and then just up and leave like nothing happened? It takes a toll on you if you're doing it correctly in terms of long-term effectiveness. It takes a toll on you. And so the people that are doing it right, they tend not to get engaged in relationships, especially people like myself. We tend not to engage in relationships because we understand the career field that we're in. I'm like, bro, it sucks. I would almost rather not engage in this relationship just to avoid the constant up and down, the constant conversations, the constant leaving, coming back. The reunions are amazing, but the leaving sucks. And that's what you sign up for. So there's a lot about dating that you just don't hear about. I try to be that voice when it comes to just a lot of the struggles that are there and apparent. Again, even mill to mill, everyone's in love until one of you or both of you get orders to different locations. Are we getting married now? You said you love me. Are we getting married now? I don't know. So it's a constant up and down, and it's a very maturing process to deal with these type of conversations. Who's ready to make an official long-term commitment, if any? And this is where words turn into actions or no actions. So yeah, dating is different. Most people, especially as your question kind of starts off, they just focus only on the sex part. Sex is easy. It's everywhere. It's advertised. It's marketed. It's paid for. It's all over the place. It's commercialized. It's all over the place. But then once the sex is done, you look at, all right, relationship now. How do I deal with relationship in the military context? And that's what a lot of people hit a brick wall when it comes to random loneliness popping up. Just loneliness. Because you're surrounded by people. You work with the same people 8 hours, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day. You see the same people. You may not want to date those people. You might see them too much. So of course you're trying to go off base or outside of your office, and then you're still dealing with the same issues because you're military and you're constantly moving. It's the reality. So acceptance, because you can't change it. Get out the military. Spouse can join. You're still going to deal with deployments, separations, unaccompanied tours. So yeah, not to be repetitive, but it's different. It's one of the most different dynamics when it comes to relationships. And a lot of people are just hitting walls because they're unprepared for it. I don't know how you prepare for that, but it's something you should be at least aware of. So hope that helps. Hope that provides a little bit of context.